Okay, it is Friday afternoon, just got home from work, and I am sitting down to do my budget, and I thought it would be kind of fun to show you guys what I do.
We are the Rognans. This is our family's project to strengthen our relationships, overcome our financial hardships, improve our health, learn new things, and have fun together in the process. We know the journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it, and we hope you'll join us along on the adventure.
This is the good life. This is the good life.
So, I definitely overspent on groceries this month already. We have another week before our payday, and we spent all of our groceries. And that means I'm gonna have to take from somewhere to get groceries this week. I also overspent on our Mad Money. Usually we have about $20 to $30 in Mad Money. It just keeps us sane on our debt-free journey. And I think we spent 32 or something. I can't remember the exact amount. So instead of just doing it, I thought I'd just kind of show you how our family deals with overspending in our budget. Okay, we'll see how this works. I haven't had the best luck with screens and my phone, but I can't record on my camera because my camera battery died. So we'll see what happens here. So right here I have what the expense is, how much I'm budgeting. Over here is what I actually budgeted. Some of these are set, like my phone bill will always be the same, my renter's insurance will be the same, my music subscription for my videos will be the same, stuff like that. All of that is very much the same. It's all fixed. I have a lot right here that I have budgeted that is flexible or variable spending. It means I determine how much it will be. So anything that's variable, anything that I haven't paid for yet, anything that's remaining, I kind of tweak things to see maybe I can lower an area in my budget to compensate for overspending in another area, and I'll kind of show you how I do that. Some things are fixed, I can't change those. Some things I can tweak. So the first thing I do when I overspend, like right here, I budgeted $400 for groceries. I actually spent $479, so I'm over by $79. That is actually more than we usually do, but that happens. Also, it looks like my Mad Money was only budgeted $20, but I went by $52, and so I am over by $32. So together, that is almost, $103 or whatever it is that I have to find room in my budget. So my first tip would be tweak your budget. Just change things. We all have variable expenses that we can kind of play around with and change the numbers and fudge it and make it work. I take anything that I haven't spent all the money for and I just tweak it. So for example, I have budgeted $100, but I've only spent $25. So maybe if I cut that down to $25, I can come up here and I can actually put $475 up here. And then I can mark this off. Instead, I haven't spent that $20 for that. So if I make that 0 and I come up here and I do 40, then I'm pretty close. I only have $12 left. If I come over and I don't use that gas money and I use it over here instead, that works. I still need $4 and I need $2 over here. So you kind of just tweak things a little. So over here, maybe I say 61. And I come over here and I just add those $4, so it's up to $479, and there we go. So I do need $2 here, so maybe I come over and I say 59. Let's just say 58. And I just add 53. And right now I still have $16 that I can do. I also have this money over here that I am under because I didn't spend as much for my utilities. And right here, I'm still at 0. So that's kind of what I do. If you overspend in one area, it just means maybe you just take a little bit of money from another area. That's kind of what I do. Okay, second tip is have a cushion in your banking account for those times when you have unexpected expenses or you overspend or you're not as disciplined as you usually are, things like that. We always have a cushion in our bank account because we don't ever like to draw near the line, if that makes sense. Right here is where I kind of track my balance in my account, and I always factor in, I always have this in here somewhere. I have a $100 cushion. Right now we're trying to be very, very frugal and disciplined, so I only need 100 usually, it's fine. And that still even gives me an extra $40 somewhere. And it's probably because I haven't spent some of this money yet. But so far, so good. So tracking and having a little extra cushion, even if I had to take some of this out and maybe I say, okay, I'm gonna actually only have a $40 cushion now because I overspent in some areas, it still gives me plenty of room. Okay, third tip would be do a cash only challenge if you are noticing that you're overspending consistently. I'm talking about months and months of overspending. Like you can't, no matter what you do, you can't fit that budget that you need. Cash only helps you because literally once the cash is gone, there isn't anymore. You understand that's all I have. So you're a little less likely to just charge and swipe the card. So that's another tip. If you are constantly overspending, try doing a cash only challenge. Maybe try it for 3 months, 6 months, something like that until you can get your spending under control. Okay, tip number 4, adjust. Make adjustments. If you are consistently all the time go overspending on an area, that probably means your budget's not realistic. It's not actually fitting your needs. So adjust. It's kind of like tweaking, but you're making it more long-term. You're trying it out for the next pay period that you have. Make adjustments, try those out, see if it's more realistic. Are you able to stick to that budget? You can do it in a few ways. If you have a savings goal, it might mean you need to cut back on that savings goal to make room in your budget. We tweak things enough that it will fit and we test it out the next month. And if it works better, great, we keep it. If it still isn't working, we keep tweaking, we keep changing, and we adjust. Main goals with overspending is you're trying to make it work with whatever your paycheck, whatever's in your bank account right now. You're not trying to dip into things like emergency funds, if it's not rural emergency, stuff like that. Okay, fifth and final bonus tip for you. Over budget. If you notice that you overspend in certain areas, I'm talking about vacations, I'm talking about Christmas, I'm talking about birthdays. If you notice there's an area in your budget that you always overspend, just over prepare yourself for that. Over budget. Dude, it's been a lifesaver for us. We used to be like, okay, this is how much our hotel's gonna be, this is how much this is gonna be, this, and I think this is how much we're gonna spend on food, but guess what? I always add a lot more because you never know. Over budget for things that you like to overspend on. Okay, I had to end. This is so sad to admit. I'm very weak, guys. Okay, I actually had to end up changing my angle because my arm was so shaky that I had to use an armrest. But hopefully those tips really help you guys. I know it just takes some adjusting, tweaking. I don't even know if this is any help for you guys, but hopefully it is. I don't think you need to be hard on yourself if you overspend. I know I would do that a lot, especially when I was trying to be very, very strict with my spending. Like right now, we're trying to be really frugal, but you know what? Life happens. You overspend, things happen. So instead of being hard on yourself and feeling like regretful and all of that stuff, just focus on what you can do to change it, what you can do now to make it a better situation, and just try and improve. That's all we can really do. So good luck.